Buenos tardes, amigos. Hello from Bogota, Colombia. Well, it's time to head home. We had an amazing week here. This is an awesome city. There's so much energy and vibrance. It's amazing, but at the same time, it's very exhausting. We're not used to this massive city environment, and we've been staying up late.
We have been, midnight every single night.
Yep. You eat dinner late here. It was good food. Had some of the best steaks ever here. Mm-hmm. We did a little bit of relaxing yesterday afternoon and hooked up our Netflix to the smart TV in the AirBnb room.
So we binge watched Narcos, which is about Pablo Escobar. And we thought it was an appropriate venue to start watching it because we are in Pablo's home country.
Yeah, but it does really make you think twice about walking the streets here at night.
It does, even though it was like decades ago and things are totally different.
Totally
now.
Different.
It does make you kind of, because you actually see buildings that you've seen when you've been in town.
Yeah.
And you recognize things in the show. And so then it's kind of like,
wow, we were walking on streets where blood was once spilled. We decided to come up to the rooftop terrace to give you a little bit of a view. Yeah, the chairs could be a little more comfortable, but the views are spectacular up here.
So if you haven't figured out from our previous videos, Colombia and Bogota and specifically are at pretty high elevations. So if you look around, you'll see mountains everywhere, and we were able to go up to Montserrat, which you can see right over here.
I'm still not fully acclimated.
We just hiked the stairs up here and I'm still like
But we're sitting at about 8,500 feet right now.
We are. Interesting thing about it, you see a lot of new architecture, but we also have driven through several neighborhoods where you see the I don't know if colonial is the right word to use, but there's Dutch and Spanish influence that's apparent throughout the architecture, kind of in the old parts of town. And I dare say this won't be the last time we visit.
Nope. Definitely won't be. Okay, for our last meal here in Bogota, we found this neat little food court area. And what's fascinating is that the little businesses are built in like those Connexes or C trains, rail cars, however you want to call it. There's about 8 or 10 different little restaurants in here. You can pretty much find whatever you want. I really hope I don't regret this, but I ordered sushi when we're like way landlocked. So we have a nice spread of sushi. I'm not quite sure what this one is. That would be a California roll. That's some kind of combo roll. And then we ordered some miso soup, which came out like miso top ramen. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, we're hailing our Uber now. Request pickup here. There we go. So our last Uber is Elud in a Renault Duster. Uber has been an amazing tool here. Well, truthfully, it's been an amazing tool for us for a long time. While we're waiting, I can show you the front of the building that we stayed in. Now, our place was all the way on the back side and on the 5th floor, but there's a locked security door here and a doorman that lets us in and out every time. Bogota really comes alive at night. There are so many people on the streets and just enjoying life. I believe a couple years ago, Colombia was ranked as like the happiest place in the world. I believe it. miserable flight. Somehow they stuck us all the way in the back row. I don't know why, but it seems like half the time we fly, we get stuck in the back row right by the shitter. And this flight also does not have the little TV screens. Well, something just went in our favor. I guess there's some extra seats available, and we now have a whole row to ourselves. Still, it's gonna be a long night.
Concerns that we're gonna make our flight.
So this line kind of goes all the way down there and goes all the way back there. It's 5:50 a.m. and our next flight departs at 7:25. Okay guys, we are making progress here. First we had to go through immigration and then customs and then go back through the standard airport security check. And we have about 40 minutes to our flight. Funny thing is I know you're not supposed to have liquid, but we have our Explorer bottle and have liquid in it that we bought on the other side of security in Colombia, and I forgot all about having that liquid going through Mexico security here. So the lady made me chug like almost 32 ounces of water. And one of the things I hate the most is actually having to go to the bathroom on an airplane. We made it and even had enough time to grab a little bite to eat. It was like a croissant sandwich that was kind of cold inside. It's still pretty hazy out there, but when we flew into Mexico City on our way down, it was so smoky that you could see the smoke even inside the terminal when you just look down the whole length of this building. Almost there. Well, this is a big modern plane.
I think it's evident that Ben and I have been flying all night. We're complaining about everything. But this is a nice plane. We were noting that it's much nicer than the crappy plane we flew on all night.
And it was crap because we were right next to the crapper. Just so you know, we love travel, but we really, really do not enjoy the act of dealing with airports and flying. It's just exhausting.
I don't mind it. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's not fun, but it's the necessary evil to arriving at your destination. But it is the overnight flights that are torture, and you're just grumpy when you get where you're going. But it was the only, yeah, you too. But it was the only option out of Bogota back into Tijuana. I looked, and unless you wanted to pay like double the price, flying at night was the only choice. So, and also it would have been like connecting through all these weird places. It would have been ridiculous.
If any of you guys know why we haven't actually invented a transporter room, let us know in the comments below. How awesome would a transporter room be? Mm-hmm. I know, like, from a monetary standpoint, it would put the oil companies out of business, and they're never going to let that happen. And probably the first few versions of transporter rooms will probably give you cancer.
Just a small side effect.
This must be our lucky day. We have the whole road to ourselves again. I love you, but I'm not going to sit next to you.
Please don't. I wouldn't mind if you just sit over there so you could have
Oh, you want me to just get out of this whole row?
if you wanted to.
Now, if this was an overnight flight, I would have already staked out my claim to that right there and set up a bed. I really love having these little computer screens here. That way we can watch movies and it just makes the flight a lot more pleasant. We can also charge up our cell phones.
I have a magic trick to show you. Watch the window.
Auto tinting windows.
This is like a brand new airplane. It's 8:45. We're supposed to depart at 7:25, so we're an hour and 20 minutes late. There's a fog delay, so they haven't been letting people take off for a bit. A few minutes ago, the captain came on and said that we were going to be number 4 to take off, but it's already been the 15 minutes that he said it would be before we took off, so we don't know what's going on. But I'm 52 minutes into my movie and we still haven't taken off. Oh, man, I wish I could have caught that on video. There was a plane that came in to land and it got less than 100 feet off the ground and went back up like it couldn't land because of the fog. So,
That would have scared the shit out of me.
yeah. I've been on a plane one time and that's happened. It's pretty creepy, but
They practice touch and goes during training,
Yeah.
but it's one thing if you know you're doing a touch and go, but to just abort and pull up. And
it's scary.
well, it's also scary being back here because we have no idea what's going on. And we've flown in small planes a lot, and you know what's going on.
In a small plane.
Yep.
You don't know what's going on in a big plane. But we're just hanging out, waiting for the fog to lift or for them to let us take off. So
Are you enjoying your movie?
I am. I really like it. I wasn't sure about this movie, but it's very good. And the name of the movie is Black Mass. It's a huge cast of characters, but Johnny Depp is the main character. And it's very good. So
We're moving. Okay, we've made it to Tijuana. We've claimed our bags, and now it's time to utilize the cross-border express. So we are opening up our email from them so they can just scan the little barcode right on our phones and let us cross the border over that little bridge.
really a lot of fun.
It is?
Yeah.
It's like two places at once, right here. Oh yeah, we are definitely having fun with this. Mexico and American border, right here. Now it's time to go through U.S. Customs and Immigration. And it's also time for me to put away the camera because these guys generally don't like being filmed.
Welcome home. We made it.
Okay guys, this concludes another one of our adventures. We really appreciate you watching, and this was a fun one.
This is awesome.
Oh, it's bright. We probably should have put our sunglasses on first. So, if this is your first time watching some of our videos, we have a whole series of videos in Alaska and also our North American road trip, and then a series from Istanbul and Spain from last year. So yeah, check them out.
Always more to come.
Yeah, and you never know where the next adventure is gonna lie. They always seem to just happen and like fall into our lap and start wiggling.
Yeah, we don't really plan these things. They just spontaneously occur.
Yeah, this one did. So yeah, thanks again for watching. We are back stateside, and my dad's gonna come pick us up, and we're gonna head back to his house where the motorhome is parked and continue our North American road trip.
Be sure to give us a thumbs up, like our channel, and share with your friends. Most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the ride.